Hi, everyone. Welcome. I'm stopping by to talk to you about something important, and I don't know what it's going to be, which is good because that way, whatever it is, it's going to be fresh, not something that I had pre planned. And so um, I think what I should talk about today is stress. Stress. Now, what is the nature of the stress that we undergo? It's the stress of emotional reaction and emotional response. The ideal spiritual person responds to conscience, to principle, to what they know in their heart, to inner, to intuition, to wisdom from within. And then they do what is right or what is wise. And if nothing comes to them, in other words, if there's no impediment to what they're doing, they just do naturally, just like a little kid. A little kid jumps out of bed in the morning and runs across the carpet to enjoy a day of adventure. That's the way life should be. But what happens is that we, instead of responding to what we know in our heart, we respond to the outside. And it begins with the reaction. See, they're the same thing, reaction and response. But the response is, it starts as a reaction. Maybe when you were a little kid, something shocked you. You saw something that was shocking. Or you heard something shocking. Or you misunderstood something that then led to upset. Or somebody was cruel for no reason, just out of the blue, suddenly they were cruel. And it's especially shocking when that cruelty comes from a parent. Or there was an injustice, and you reacted. So you started a pattern of a lifetime of reacting. Because once you start reacting, you can't really stop. You can fight it, you can try to suppress it, but the reaction is still there. And the more you react, the more it becomes ingrained. So what do our reactions lead to? They lead to emotion. Anger, upset, fear, and of course, excitement. The whole panoply of emotions. It leads to them. So you're shocked by something and it angers you, or it hurts you, or it makes you doubt what you know in your heart, or it disappoints you, or it enrages you, or something. And it can also lead thereby to a kind of a motivation, but it's a stimulus response kind of motivation. Somebody calls you a fool, so you get angry, and then you want to prove you're not a fool. It can lead to a lifetime of going to school and getting 2 master's degrees and a PhD, all to prove that you're not a fool. You see what I mean? So it leads to all of these things, but it starts with reaction and then response, emotional response. Now, when you start responding to the outside, it becomes your master. See, the master of the animal is its environment, and it responds. It reacts and responds to the rain, to the cold, to the heat, to other animals, to danger, to food. See what I mean? So when you start reacting, then that on the outside becomes your environment, becomes your master. But do you see what, so just a little aside here. You see where this is all going. You see what your environment becomes, don't you? It becomes cruelty. It becomes meanness. It becomes injustice. because that's what you're reacting to. But it leads to more than that. The animal must obey. The animal cannot not react. The animal has to react in one way or another. Even if it's playing possum, see, it's reacting. If it runs and hides, it's reacting. You understand? Those actions spring from the reaction. So human beings, once you start reacting then to the outside, then you have to react. And thereby, it's your authority. Yeah, the environment is your authority. So those kind of people who shocked you and who upset you and who were cruel and who teased you and who misled you and who fooled you and who disappointed you and on and on and on. Those people and their actions and whatever was behind their actions then became your environment to which you had to respond and obey, just like the animal has to obey its environment.